What's going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon coming at you today with some Rugby 24 news, actual news, official news. We have an actual announcement come out from the guys over at Rugby 24. Now, yesterday we were actually talking in the Discord. Last night we were actually having a massive conversation about Rugby 24. Of course, they did tell us that we were going to be having a early access to the game. It got delayed from its January release after being delayed again. We were going to be getting an early access in March. We were all really hyped for it, all looking forward to it. It is currently the 28th of March, filming this right now, and we were all getting a bit aware of March is running out. Speculation is arising about whether or not they were going to be able to actually get this out to us in time, and we now have an answer. And unfortunately, it's not good news. So let's dive on in and take a look at what we've got from the guys over at Rugby 24. The first off, they say, "Dear Rugby fans, firstly we want to express our sincere gratitude towards the patience and trust you've given us to date." Yeah, I can imagine so. I mean, there's a lot of people are pretty unhappy with the amount of delays that we've had so far. A lot of people have started getting quite impatient. We've got it on the Discord server. We've seen it on the Rugby forum pages. I think a lot of people are beginning to get a little bit annoyed by it now with the amount of delays and stuff coming with this game. We regret to inform you that we will not be able to keep our commitment of Rugby 24 early access in March and must postpone to a future date. Now, they don't say what the date is, but we've got some more stuff to go through today. As outlined in earlier communication, we believe that official realistic content is a must for all rugby fans, and despite our best efforts to capture photogrammetry, I still can't say that word, for as many professional teams as possible, we have not been able to secure the numbers we required for launch. Now, I know it's a big part of their game. It's something they really want to get these sort of photo captures and have everyone done. I think for an early access, I think it's fine to not have that and update through early access. I don't think a lot of people would mind that, as long as the gameplay was truly solid and you could actually play a few games and maybe play, some exhibition matches and what have you. Having an early access to get a feel for what the game will bring, I feel like graphics and stuff is absolutely something you can update throughout early access, and maybe I don't know if I necessarily like that as just an outright excuse to say we didn't get all the players. I'm sure it's a very difficult task. I've seen them on Twitter constantly flying to different places on the Rugby forum page. They're saying they're flying to everywhere to go and get these pictures, but I don't know if that's necessarily something you have to have for early access. For launch, absolutely, but you can run early access for 3, 4, 5 months and release it later on. We are aware that your expectations for Rugby 24 as fans of the sport are high, which, yeah, a lot of people have got very high expectations for this game because it's been called the biggest rugby game ever. That wasn't us saying that. That was guys over at Rugby 24, so that's why expectations are high. And we are committed to bringing you a feature full quality rugby game, which, I like that they are committed to still making sure it is the best game they can put out. While we know it's a great inconvenience to many, we can share that this extra time has helped us with the progress of the game development, which is going very well. We will share some of that progress over the coming weeks. Oh, I don't like that as a sentence. Coming weeks in Rugby 24 terms has meant forever. So again, I would like a date. I don't know why you couldn't show a screenshot here or something, maybe with videos and screenshots. And of course, we will also keep you updated as soon as we can 100% confirm a definitive early access launch date. On a brighter note, as you might seen in our latest nacon Connect teaser, we're delighted to confirm the game will include the Gallagher Premiership. Sincerely, the Rugby 24 team. Yeah, I did see a couple of people actually questioning whether the Gallagher Premiership was in it, even though, of course, in this trailer all of this to me suggests that the Gallagher Premiership was absolutely going to be in there, and I thought that was a nice way to do that sort of launch. I really wish they'd done more stuff to do with this, even I think it was to do with Owen Farrell there. You can see in the video running away, you don't get to see his face because they hadn't got around to doing Owen Farrell's face yet. I think you could do that for more teams. Any teams you've already captured, already secured, you could do more reveals and more trailers to show them in the thing. Is it good that they haven't released really anything with this? I'm not a fan of this sort of deal. We would like to release screenshots. Probably can do. I'm not gonna say that they're free to do whatever they want. Of course, they're run by nacon in the background. We don't know what nacon's going to release about it. There might be the fact that maybe they're being told they can't release stuff. Maybe teams have got an issue with releasing stuff if their team isn't quite finished and what have you. But by now, I would like to see something. what this sort of says is they're delaying that March release again, which is, a real shame. So many people were really looking forward to that early access. And we still have nothing. We don't have a new date. We don't have a screenshot. We don't have an update on what teams are done. How far in this process are we? Are we 20% of the way? Are we 95% of the way? There's a lot of issues, I think, with doing this sort of stuff. And I think a lot of people are pretty on the same note about just the launch of this game has really felt kind of all over the place. It hasn't been good. I don't know anyone that's been impressed by this launch in any way. I personally have always stuck to it. I have no issue with a game being delayed and being delayed again. If at the end of it, you have this brilliant, fantastic game, it's mechanically solid, it looks visually brilliant, and nothing needs to be done with it. It is a solid piece of work that you can just sit down and play and get fantastic enjoyment out of. I feel like every time they do these adjustments and delays and saying we're aiming to make it the best game ever, expectations are really high, I feel like you're setting up for that. When that game eventually does get released, it needs to be flawless. Otherwise, what has been going on over all these sort of big delays and stuff? Hopefully we will get something soon, but it sounds like March is out the window. The fact that they've said coming weeks is making me think April may also be out the window. I would really like to be a bit more involved. I have reached out to about as many people as I can do with being involved with Rugby 24 and being on the Big Ant Studios FAQ page and trying to engage people there and trying to get people just to try and get some information and try and find a way to get a bit hyped around this game. I can imagine a lot of people are going to be really annoyed by this news, and I think it's rightfully acceptable to say it's a really disappointing to be delayed for a third time. I can't think of a game I've ever been excited for that I've watched the development cycle for and had a game delayed 3 times in a row. But let me know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comment sections. I'm going to be jumping back onto the Discord page as well today to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because probably a lot to go over and probably a little bit too much to go over in a short video. But hopefully you have enjoyed this little update video, guys. Even if it's bad news, of course, we'll always be covering everything to do with this game as and when it comes out, so make sure you do hit the subscribe button so that you are the first to know when the news comes out. I hope to see you all next time, guys. Bye bye.